Okay, so if you're an architect, you've definitely seen those incredible, almost dreamlike images that AI can spit out. But you've also probably hit that wall, right? How do you get it to build your vision instead of just some beautiful but totally random guess? Well, let's get into it. Because the game is changing, big time. We're finally moving past random inspiration and into a professional, controllable design workflow. So here's what we're going to cover. First, we'll talk about AI's big control problem for architects. Then we'll look at the new toolkit that's putting designers back in the driver's seat. After that, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step workflow that takes a simple model to a masterpiece. And to wrap up, we'll see how this creates a whole new way to be creative. All right, let's start with the dream, the hype. You know, tools like Midjourney can generate visuals that are just breathtaking. They're amazing for brainstorming, for getting some initial ideas down. But the second you try to use them for a real project, well, that's where we hit a snag. I mean, take a look at this picture. It's stunning, it's complex, it's inspiring. But as ArchViz points out here, its nature is absolutely random. And for a professional designer, for an architect, random is pretty much a dirty word. You can't just cross your fingers and hope the AI guesses what your client wants.
And this randomness, it isn't just one vague problem. It breaks down into very specific things that are, everything to an architect. You've got no real control over the perspective. You can't tell it the exact geometry or the scale you need. The materials, the context, the AI is just making its best, most artistic guess. And that's just not going to fly for a real-world building.
And honestly, this quote from Revit AI just hits the nail on the head. Midjourney operates on dream logic. Architects operate on physics and client requirements. That says it all, doesn't it? Dream logic is cool, but architecture has to work in the real world. So we need a bridge, something that connects the AI's dream to the architect's reality.
And guess what? That bridge is being built as we speak. A whole new set of tools and workflows are popping up, and they're designed for one thing: to give architects that control right back. The hero of this story really is a technology called ControlNet. The best way to think about it is, it's like giving the AI a blueprint or a scaffold to build on. So instead of just starting with a vague idea from a text prompt, you give it a guide, like an outline or a simple 3D model, and it's forced to build its final, beautiful image around your structure. So you see, the toolkit is getting a lot bigger and more specialized. Midjourney is still great for that pure, wild brainstorming at the very beginning, but now you have Stable Diffusion with ControlNet for when you need precision. You've got tools like Virus that plug right into Revit or SketchUp. And of course, Adobe Firefly is built into Photoshop for quick, commercially safe edits. They all have a part to play. Okay, this is where it all clicks into place. This is the fun part. We're going to walk through a real, practical, step-by-step example of how you can use these tools to go from a basic 3D model to a gorgeous, photorealistic render and stay in complete control the entire time. And the process itself? It's actually pretty simple. It really just boils down to 4 main steps. 1, you start with a simple 3D model. 2, you feed that model to ControlNet to create your guide. 3, you write a prompt to describe the vibe, the materials, the lighting. And 4, you generate and you iterate. That's it. So, step 1. The crucial thing here is that we are not starting from a blank page. Nope, we start in a 3D modeling program we already know, like SketchUp or 3ds Max. The model itself can be super crude. We're talking basic shapes. But what it does is lock in the stuff that matters: the exact geometry, the scale, the context. Your core vision is baked in from the very start. Okay, next up, we take a simple render or screenshot of that model and feed it to ControlNet. There's a preprocessor called Canny that looks at the image and pulls out this perfect, clean line art version. This basically becomes digital tracing paper for the AI. It sets strict boundaries. The AI now knows exactly where every wall, window, and roofline has to go. No more guessing. And voila! This is the output. This is the magic. Just look at how the AI took that simple line drawing and fleshed it out into this fully realized render. It added the textures, the realistic lighting, the plants, all of it, but it perfectly respected the geometry from our original model. The architect's intent isn't just preserved, it's beautifully enhanced. Now, once that geometry is locked in, this is where the real fun starts. This is where you get to direct the evolution of the design. You can iterate at lightning speed just by changing your text prompt. Go from a warm wooden facade to cool concrete. Change the lighting from bright sunny day to moody late evening, and watch the entire color palette shift and evolve. You're not just prompting anymore. You're a director. You're painting with light and materials.
So what does this all mean for the actual creative process?
Well, this isn't just some new rendering trick.
It's bigger than that. It's fundamentally changing how architects can think and work, turning AI from a novelty into a true co-pilot.
This right here, this is the new creative reality. It's a fluid cycle. As the ArchViz source puts it, you can shuffle back and forth between your tools. You might start with a wild idea from Midjourney, block it out in 3ds Max, generate a dozen realistic variations with Stable Diffusion, and then polish your favorite one in Photoshop. Each tool makes the other one better.
So let's just be really clear here. This is a huge leap forward. We've gone way beyond making pretty but useless pictures. This is about weaving AI into the core of the design process, making it a practical, powerful, and, most importantly, controllable tool that actually helps get real-world projects done. And that kind of leaves us with a pretty fascinating question to chew on. As this partnership between human creativity and machine intelligence gets tighter and more seamless, where exactly does the designer's vision end and the machines begin? It's a brand new frontier for architecture, and we're really just getting started.